Hi, I'm Bill Cabrera, and I usually have guitar videos here on my YouTube page, but one of the things that I really enjoy is having a good cup of Cuban coffee, or café cubano, or cafecito, and I've gotten pretty good at making this over the years, and people have said, "How do you do this? This is wonderful." So I thought I would share some of my secrets. I was born in Miami, but my parents came from Cuba, and it's really part of our heritage to have a little cafecito with breakfast or after a meal or any time during the day. Okay, what do you need to make café cubano? Well, of course, the first thing you need is the coffee, and there's all kinds of coffees out there, but over the years I found that Café Pilon really is the best. And there's also Bustelo, La Llave, and some people prefer one over the other. And of course you can just go to your Safeway or Publix or wherever and get an espresso ground coffee. But this has just the right balance and blend, I think. So of course, besides the coffee, you need a coffee maker. Now there's all sorts of different ways of making it, but I've also kind of narrowed it down to using one of these little devices that come in different sizes that are based on steam pressure. And essentially what you have water in here, which you fill up to the little pressure valve, thusly. Right about there. You don't want it to go over. Okay. Then the coffee holder holds the coffee right above that, and you'll notice it has lots of little holes. So what happens when the water starts boiling, the steam pressure makes it go up through the coffee holder. And even though this is the coffee we're going to use, I've got some that's already open in a container, because once you open this, these are vacuum packed bricks, by the way. And you can get these almost anywhere these days. I know they carry them at Target. And of course in Miami you can get it anywhere, and it goes on sale a lot. But I've got some. This is not Maxwell House French roast, but you need to have a spoon or some sort of way of getting it in here. A coffee scoop works fine, and you need to fill this up. And it isn't so important to tamp it down as it is with some of the fancier machines. Some of the really fancy machines like you get at a restaurant, often they're made in Italy, and they rely on steam pressure, but they are pump driven. And pump gives you consistent steam pressure, but they also cost a lot more. So I am going to tap it down a little bit. Don't worry, my hands are clean, I just washed them. Okay, that looks good. Then you put the top on, because what happens when the steam pressure goes through the coffee grounds, it comes out here at the top, and it comes down, and so after a little while you want this to be shut, but at first you want to see when it's starting to come out, and that's an important part of doing this. Once you screw the top on here, you want to leave it open so you can see when it first starts to come up. And I need to point out that this is the what they call the 3-cup size, and you can get these for anywhere from $6 to $10 depending on where you pick one up. They come in different sizes. This is the 9-cup size. I found this one at Bloom for $8. What a deal. But this one holds more. And they make them 12, I think 15 cup sizes, and they make these smaller, but the 3 cup size is about the best. And I have to point out that I had to fix this because the handle was about to break off, so I used a little clamp. Got to do what you got to do. It's not the best way, but it works. Now, an important part of this is the sugar, and since this is the 3 cup size, we put 3 spoonfuls of sugar. Obviously, if you have a sweet tooth, you could put in more, or if you don't like sugar, you could do it without it, but I don't think it's going to be real Cuban coffee. It'll be espresso, but not café cubano. Okay, so you got the sugar, and then we're ready. You put it on the flame or stovetop. This is a gas stovetop, which is really much better because it's easier to control what you're doing. You can use electric, but it gets a little difficult. But anyway, here we go. It helps if you turn on the right one. Okay. So now we got the flame going, and this next step is really important. It has to do with the timing. While we're waiting for the coffee to come up, because it's going to come up, the steam pressure is going to bring it up through the top. You want to have some cups ready. These are demi-tasse cups, and this does about 3 this size, maybe a little smaller. You also have them like this. Anything smaller than a regular coffee cup. In just a second here, we're going to see the first batch, and this is really, really important. Now, at this point, when the coffee first starts to come up, it's just a little bit thicker. Right about there, you close this, and then you put just a little bit in the sugar, maybe about a 1/4 size. That's about right. Put it back on the flame so it'll continue brewing, and then you stir this up. And this is the secret. This is what makes it look and taste like a fancy cup that you would get from your favorite barista. That's me, Billy the barista. And it gets it to a kind of a paste. And if you want and you have friends waiting for this, you can make gurgling noises so they think you have an expensive machine. But it's not necessary. Now this will start gurgling here in a second, and you'll see the steam coming up. You can hear it? Yes, it's just about ready. And I don't want to open this now or it'll be like Mount Vesuvius. Okay. It's ready. Pour it in here. Keep stirring. Okay. This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you want to stir it and make sure you pick up all the little extra bit of sugar and foam. I didn't do this very scientifically, but it makes about 3 little cups. Or 2 bigger cups. And here you have it. Buen provecho.